Welcome to the channel, people. If you're new here, I'm Brandy, and today is Try It Tuesday. Try It Tuesday is a series I started this year on my channel to help you, to help me make better
budget decisions
on our DIY journey. Last month, I asked you, my people, to help me make a decision on today's Try It Tuesday. The choices were battery brands or wood fillers. And in case you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we're doing wood fillers. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video because you're not gonna believe what I have planned for next month's Try It Tuesday. We'll get to battery brands, but I have something extra fun planned for next month. Let's jump into this Try It Tuesday. The first wood filler we're going to take a look at is this DAP Premium Wood Filler. It runs about $9.98 from Home Depot and Lowe's. Walmart sells it the cheapest for $9.47 and overall has a good rating saying that we can color match it with our stain and has a 2-hour dry time. This plastic Wood X is fairly inexpensive compared to the bunch depending on the size. However, it's offered at a variety of locations, which is really nice. But it has a 2 to 6 hour dry time just to sand or to paint it, and a 12-hour dry time to stain it, which is also the same for this DAP plastic wood filler we're going to look at next. Now, this one comes in a variety of colors to help with the staining process and can be purchased the cheapest at Walmart for $4.18. So I feel like it's reasonable and it's possibly worth even trying the different brands of stains to see what we get, but we're not doing that in this video. We're just trying one. I'm about to botch this name, but I'm calling it Varathane. It's available at Home Depot for $12.96, and I'm excited to give this one a try because it has a 15-minute dry time to sand it. Along with this Bondo we're going to take a look at now. This was the most expensive of the bunch, and out of all the sites I checked is one of the highly recommended out there, so I am happy to try this one as well. Next, we're going to mix it up and do this type on and take some wood shavings. I heard from another YouTuber that we can actually do this and it will stain. So we're going to give this a try as well. Now let's jump into the process. Here is how we're going to test these. This piece of wood is nice and prepped. I sanded it down and then I put all these holes with a drill bit all the way up on each side. Why is there two sides, Brandy? Well, here is why. I'm going to do one a light stain, one a dark stain. So this way you'll also know by the time you leave this video if DAP X actually is cheaper and works with the light stain or works with the dark stain. Or if it's just not effective for any of it. Or this one works better with the dark stain, but not for the light stain. And since they're all priced differently, this might help you come to a little bit better of a conclusion of what you need for which project. Also, I like having it all kind of laid out in the same frame so you can just be like, oh, I feel like this is better than this. This is better than this. That's just how I'm rolling with it. I hope you guys are okay with it. If not, tough cookies, nothing we can do about it now. We're rolling along. As always, I have my Google here with the time, and I try to keep it in the frame when I'm filming these so you guys can check me with the time. And since most of these have a longer dry time, like I'm really, instead of waiting 15 minutes and coming back and then doing the ones that are 15 minutes, I'm just going to give it 24 hours. I'm going to come back tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, and we're just going to stain it then. That way I'm giving it all a fair shake and it's all had plenty of time to settle in. We'll sand it then and then we'll stain it and get it done. But make sure you're wearing your PPE. The opening process for this is fairly easy and it's a really nice consistency for a product. It goes on real easy. No problems with that whatsoever. And y'all know if I'm telling you it's easy, it's easy. This joint, however, well, I'm just going to let y'all experience this and be quiet.
coming out.
It was so hard to get out of there. I don't even know what its problem was. My girl Angela over at Angela Jones DIY, we sat down and talked about like which wood fillers, and these were the ones that I had came up with. She had suggested there was another one by DuPont that is working really well for her. Angela, feel free to comment down below what that is and help these people out for extra suggestions. I loved the consistency of this DAP Premium, and I really liked how easy it was to mix this together with this ebony stain. Took me no time at all, literally like 2 seconds, and it was definitely my favorite out of all of them to apply. This next product, if you're following me at all on Instagram, you've seen my little behind the scenes on this. Well, I'm gonna just let y'all watch this too.
I don't know how to get it off.
Now, if you watch the time lapse one, that it took me almost 3 minutes to get that lid off, and I was not sure what I was doing, but the back of the hammer works, people. It works. It got it off of there. This product is really sticky, gooey, and it also comes with like this little squeeze stuff for it to harden. You got to put just a small amount in there. It was not difficult to use or spread on. However, the opening process, I'm not feeling it. The Bondo, I did not have as much of a struggle getting this lid off, but I don't know. Comment down below if you guys have a simpler way, because I'll take whatever help you can give me with this stuff, because I got wood filler for days, people. Wood filler for days. This was the sticky, ickiest product of all of them. It was super sticky, and it was also the thickest when I was sanding it. It was super, super thick. It also has this thickening stuff that you just smush up together like this, and of course, just not having enough issues trying to film this Try It Tuesday. Let's just pile it on there. This is the one I was most excited for. Here's some wood shavings I had shaved off when I was sanding pieces of sawdust on there. I'm just mixing a little bit of Type Bond in there and stirring it up till I get it to a thicker consistency so I can smoosh it in those little gaps. And that was really all I did for this. The texture was about the same consistency as any of the DAP products, really. Now that I'm all finished with this, I had my mask on here and couldn't really talk through the process, so I figured I'd voice over it. I'm going to let all of this dry, which I had stated earlier in the video, but I wanted to give you guys a quick look at it before we let it dry, and then also give you a quick snapshot of the Google so you can keep an eye on me. It is the next morning. We're just about 24 hours here. So I know that these are ready to go. Let's check them out. Let's see how we're doing here as I get ready and sand these. That way you guys can take a nice look at them. Figure out how you feel inside about it. Do they look a little fuzzy? Try and make this camera, there we go, it's a little bit better. All right, so I really like, out of all of them, just to look, I really like this. I really like how this kind of turned out, but I also like the way this and this went. I don't know. Let's get to sanding. By far, this first one was the easiest for me just to sand. I tried to stay with the wood grain and do up and down, but it got a little bit difficult. Gotta clean up. It got a little bit difficult as I was going up, of course. I had so many mishaps filming this video. Anyhow, so I went up and did the whole sanding process. I tell you, the Bondo was really rough, and so was the DAP Premium to sand out of all of them. I feel like at the end of the day, they all look like they're in the holes really well. So this is the light stain that I'm going to be using for this, just something I had on hand, and we're going to do this side that color, and the other side we're going to do an ebony. And I end up doing 2 coats on this side because it looks so light to me once I wipe it off, because yes, I do wipe it off, and it just turned out so light, and I felt like it was showing through more than it should because I had it so light. So I felt like if I threw on another coat, maybe it would help it out a little bit. But then I also know, because the one DAP product, the plastic wood, has different colors, I felt like I might not have given that a fair shake because it didn't have the exact color to the wood. So again, but I don't know if I'll purchase that again because it's so hard to squeeze out of them tubes. This ebony, maybe I went too dark for this, but at the end of the day, I felt like these results, you could still see the issues with these wood fillers.
I'm gonna let these dry for a little bit and then we'll come back out and look at them.
I felt the best way to really show you guys the results was to take a snapshot under some lighting so it was completely still for you to look these over. I'd love to know in the comments what you people think about this whole process, and if you would have done something differently or something you feel like I could do to help me on my DIY journey as I'm filming for you guys to help you all. I'd appreciate any of that. That's it for this Try It Tuesday. I think that when it's all said and done, this DAP, even though these come in different colors, so I feel like if you possibly get the color that is matched on there, they could probably work. This particular DAP X I have tried on a past project, and it was a darker wood, and this did not stain. So it turned out okay, kind of, but I don't know that I would really ever purchase this for any of that. I really do like how the consistency of the DAP Premium turned out in this dark wood. You can't really even see that in the dark stain. In the dark stain. You can't really even see that in there. But I would also really like to see this if I would have put the stain in there as well, to see if this blended like it recommended, because I feel like it did that with this. I do, however, like the Bondo in this. I don't like how dark it is, but I do feel like I'm still up in the air. I don't know that this really answered all my questions, but you will definitely see me messing with the DAP Premium coming forward. I have some flips coming up with the warmer weather, and we will be testing that out some more. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today, people. I hope you got some learning, some entertainment out of today's video. Until next DIY, bye! Oh, and I almost forgot, next month we're going to be trying 5-minute crafts painting tricks.